Chat, today's episode, we are going to attempt to, one, for Cosmos to maintain good quality, and two, for Light not to peak out of his fucking mind. So
Peak.
So with that said, I'd like to welcome everybody to episode number 10 of the podcast, presented by our friends at Metafy. Now, it is important to note, everybody, because I know someone's going to say, hey, I thought this was supposed to be a live. It's a Big Ten celebration. Do not blame me. Blame the powers that be at Momocon who couldn't support the vision this time around. And that's okay. That's okay because we don't leave our fans hanging, okay? I mean, we black, so we hanging, you know what I'm saying? But we don't leave our friends hanging, okay? We don't do that.
What?
We don't do that. So we here.
Just straight up threw Momocon under the bus.
They already paid me. It's too late. So with that said.
Wait, give me a second.
Well, with that said.
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
God. Podcast just started. Cosmos is already gone. It really is just another week.
Dude, everyone always places bets like, will Cosmo show up? I mean, he's here.
I'm here.
He's here.
I'm bro. You don't know how many people have told me like, damn, it's kind of hard for you to show up to the podcast. I'm like, bro, I missed like 2.
Hey,
what the heck, man? Like I missed like all 9 of them or something, or 8 of them.
That's 2 weeks, bro. That's a lot of days. That's 14 days. That's 24
One of them I had
hours
2 tournaments, bro. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, man. You did great at BOBC, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cosmos. I missed your placing. How did you do at that event, buddy?
I got what place did I get? Did I get like 513th?
Oh, okay.
That's higher than some people.
I got 513th.
Some people would say triple digits is pretty good.
Yeah, man. The higher, the better.
Yeah, just like my bank account.
There you go. Well, triple digits in a bank account. Hey guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we need some help.
That is depressing.
Oh my god. Nah, you had some travel issues, right, or like a scheduling conflict. What happened with that?
So it was pretty unfortunate because what happened was, this is why I say it wasn't my fault, because I checked like 2 or 3 weeks ago to get my flight. So before I get my flight, I always check the Start GG page to see when pools start. So it said that pools were going to start on Saturday. So I got my flight for Friday because I was like, I'm not going to enter doubles because Light's also going on Friday too. And then apparently they said that they didn't expect to have this many entrants for singles. So they moved it to where pools were also going to start on Friday instead. And my pools were one of them that started on Friday. So I didn't know because I obviously don't check my pools. So I didn't check my schedule whenever pools were released. So I flew there and I had 2 layovers. On my second layover in California, they were like, yo, you have to get here now because your pool started 20 minutes ago. I'm like, what are you talking about? My pool's on Saturday. They're like, no, it starts now. So apparently I just missed my pool because I misscheduled my flight.
Now,
that's what happened.
Now, I want to ask you, when did they make this switch? Was it like a couple days before, or was like?
I don't know when they made this switch. I'm pretty sure because pools came out, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. But I just don't check my pools. But so they probably made it like probably the week before. But I was talking to other people and they were like, yeah, honestly, I didn't even know that I had pools on Friday until the day of. So I don't blame you. So I don't blame myself either.
All right. Well, I mean, if they kind of switched it on you last minute, I mean, and you have travel plans already, it's kind of like difficult.
It still sucked because like I was already kind of exhausted from traveling, so I was kind of contemplating going, but then I ended up deciding like, yeah, like me and like we're like, yeah, we're definitely gonna go. And then I got there and then I was just like very upset because like I made the decision to go and that I actually wanted to compete and I just really couldn't.
Well, I'm sure you still had a good time. I mean, surely you and Light hanging out is always a ball. Light, how was your Battle of BC experience? 13th place, not bad for someone who's kind of washed.
I think I'm gonna go now.
please do not leave.
Okay. Please do not leave. We need you. But my Battle BC experience was pretty good, honestly. I don't care what anyone says. Getting 13th after a break, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Also, worth noting, my bracket was like this was like a very stacked event, like very stacked. Probably one of the most top-heavy events of all time because we had just so many like West representatives and NA representatives. It was really good. My bracket was pretty vanilla though. Losing to Gluttony and Tweak, I was like, I kind of expected to lose to them, but I wasn't really overwhelmed. Like, my entire bracket was just kind of exactly how I expected it to be, which is a comforting feeling, like getting back into things. It's like, okay, well, I'm still at the point where it takes a really good player to beat me, you know? Like, so that didn't really feel bad. Gluttony was giving me compliments too, where he was like, I can tell, like, as the set was going on, you were definitely, like, readjusting and getting back into it. Tweak washed the shit out of me, which I saw that coming too. I literally, me and Tweak were talking before our set, and I was just like, yeah, Tweak, I don't think this is going to go well, but good luck. And then it did not go well. I got pretty destroyed.
Okay. Fair.
But other than that, I fought one Japanese player out of all the Japanese players that were there, which was
Yura.
the Japanese
Yoda.
Samus.
I watched you.
Yeah, I beat him game 5 off hitting a read that I was saving for like the entire set, so that felt pretty good. I feel like there's a lot better stuff I can be doing. I feel like I'm dropping a lot of games due to like not being able to position myself where I want to position myself. Like, I just don't have it in me. Like, I know where I want to be, I know what I want to do, but I'm just like not good at putting myself there at the moment. So honestly, it was frustrating in the moment, but looking back, it's really refreshing knowing that a lot of it's just me still. Like, it's just stuff that I need to work on. It doesn't feel like my opponent's actually better than me.
Right.
So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to get some practice in with Mars literally today. So I'm back on my grind full time now. And I'll be at Momocon. So yeah, that was my trip. I love Battle of BC. Vancouver was awesome. The only problem I had with Battle of BC personally was that there was no setups with audio, including the quad streams, and I did not play on stream the entire weekend, even though I got 13th.
Yeah, it was kind of whack because they had the quad streams that had like the splitters, but you had to have like the aux cord thing. Even on just in the regular, like wherever all the setups were, there was just nothing. There was just no audio, and you just had to deal with it.
Yeah, that actually made it really hard to fight against Tarek because Tarek was just like side being me at one point. I couldn't audio cue it, so yeah, that was pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, you'd need audio cue for that. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
nonetheless, I mean, still good placing after not being. And I did see a tweet from you. Said your fire is back. Is that true? The passion is really nice. Was that something you're just saying in the moment, or is light? Actually, he's coming back, man. Coming back. To be
Nah,
best
I
in the
definitely-
US.
I definitely feel that way. I mean, it's gonna take like probably like 1 or 2 more tournaments, which
course.
honestly isn't a lot. Like, it's just 1 or 2 more weeks because I'm going to Momocon and I just told Cosmos that I'm going to Crown, so I'll be traveling for the next 2 weeks still. So I'm guessing by the time that's over, I'll be completely back into it. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really not worried at all. Like, I got shitted on like by the people who beat me, but I still didn't really feel like I was overwhelmed. So I'm feeling pretty good overall.
I think that's probably the right mental. But good run for sure. Like I said, 13, nothing to be ashamed of. But let's talk about that top 8, because that top 8 was
Boring.
Whack.
You said whack?
Boring.
Boring?
I think it was
No.
whack. I think it was whack until it got
That's
to
a
the
hot take.
point of like top 4.
Okay, well, I think that it was whack until my boy Kame Mushi played, because I'm a huge Sora main,
Big
and
Moosh.
Kameme was the GOAT this weekend. I heard, who said it? Was it Pink Fresh? It's like when money's on the line, like Kameme
he
just plays
tries,
way
yeah.
better. Yeah, bro. I loved watching that Sora play. I love watching Sora gameplay. People don't like it because Sora camps, but just watching Sora hit people is the most satisfying shit ever.
I thought it was cool because a lot of times I hear, like, there's so many characters that get theory crafted into oblivion. And for the longest time, like, there's 2 constants that I've heard from Japan. 1, that Game & Watch is a top 5 character. And 2, that people hella underrate what Sora can do. So, Kameme, top 8ing. Both Maister and Mia, top 8ing with Game & Watch. That was very impressive. That was very impressive. I did not see that coming, to be honest. You know, for Maister... Well, first of all, Meister, if this happens to get to you, brother, shave whatever you got going on your face. I don't know what that is, but it gotta go, okay? It reminded me of that South Park. Reminded me of that South Park episode where Cartman put his pubes on as a beard or something. I don't know what's going on, Maister. You're a talented individual. You're a handsome guy. Get rid of the chin strap. It's got to go from your big brother EE. Okay, nothing but
he's
love.
going through his rough era, bro. He's
it's
going
rough.
He's going through the change. Oh my God. This is so unnecessary.
Now, with that said, hold on. With that said,
Maister's been killing it since the dirty tweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I wish he had left that up now so specifically because he's really rising to the equation. Like, I remember
he's the best player on Luminosity now.
Yeah, they were clowning him with that dragon photo, the goofy dragon. Like, he's the only one, the head that was serious at this point. He's the only one who was in winter semis, top 8. Yep. You had Tweak, good performance, but ninth place. Leo
losing to Maister,
3-0. Leo 13th, and we gonna talk about that at some point. All right. And then Big D, who recently got announced at that very event, I think he got like 25th or 33rd. So it was a very hard event just based off those placements alone. But shouts to Maister for standing head and shoulders above the rest on LG. I'm a fan.
Maister is also my GOAT this weekend for multiple reasons. One, I am the Maister Game & Watch believer. I'm Team Maister. Everyone talk about Mia, but you're
just anti-Japan at this point, bro. That's
no,
really
I'm not.
What it is.
No, you know what it really is. You know what it really is. I love Japan. I love Kameme. I love Zachary. I love them all. I even love Acola, even though he plays Steve. I love them all. But the truth of it is, everybody just can't get the private parts of Japan out their mouth. So somebody's got to speak up. Team NA, baby. You feel me? Team NA. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Someone got to represent us. And I'm Team Maister all the way. Bro, Maister was repping the Skywalker tag, and I just got into Star Wars. So then I talked to him, and he just got into Star Wars. I wanted Maister to win the tournament. Maister's my GOAT.
Maister, listen, he played like a GOAT. He was very impressive. Him and Mia got 5th place, right? They both tied for 5th.
They both tied, and that's also, I mean, even though I like Maister, I like Mia because I talked to him in Japan too. He's a very cool person. I said I like both of them. What are you talking about?
Nah, I don't trust him.
I like both of them.
We all know you're Japan biased already. You don't hide it.
Anyway, I like Maister. I like Mia too, but that's also part of the reason why I think the top 8 was whack, because there was 2 Game & Watches. There was Shuton's also my GOAT, but he was playing Olimar. I hate fucking watching Olimar. So one of the first set was like Olimar Game & Watch or something, or like, I don't know. I just saw Olimar, and then I saw Game & Watch, and then I saw Game & Watch again. And then I saw Olimar Game & Watch again. I'm like, this is awful. I don't want to see this right now until top 4. And then it was like Acola, Sparg0 winners. And then it was Shuton going Aegis and Kameme, Sora in losers. And the reason why I thought it was really cool is because I felt like those were the 2 people that had a chance to beat both of the people that were still in bracket in winner side. So I was like, whoever is in the bracket right now theoretically can win, even though the favor is obviously towards Sparg0 because he's just the best player in the world right now.
Maister and Mia are also the 2 people who MVP'd our crew battle. Like, people were very intimidated by Game & Watch this weekend. Like, it showed. They played out of their minds. And I don't know, maybe that character is better than I thought. I don't put that character in top 10, but I mean, they make that character seem top 5 sometimes. They're really good.
I was kind of on the same fence. Like, it's hard to ignore the consistency of Mia whenever, because I think this is 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken, 1 Apex, Scuff World Tour, and then here. So definitely, like, good consistencies there, right? Like, you got to respect that. And over in Japan as well. And then Meister's starting to kind of return to form as well. So I don't know. Like, I think Game & Watch, but that's what I really appreciate about our game is, like, it's always a chance for there to be like a shift in the meta, right? Like, nothing has to be consistent. I mean, for God's sakes, man, like when we were in the Japan arc like a few weeks ago, we were talking about how Bowser and Pit are just absolutely, a big top 8 at a tournament like Kagaribi. So I think one thing that Japan has done incredibly well is continuing to open our eyes to the possibility that a lot of these characters are better than people want to give them credit for initially.
Yeah, honestly, what's our opinion here, real quick, of Sora? I'm a believer that Sora has always been top tier. He's just a very
Well, you can't say top tier now because top tier has such a wide meaning. You have to say top something, like top 20,
Okay.
top 25.
I'd say he's a top 20 character. I've always said that he's really good. The problem with Sora is that he's a lot more honest than the characters that came out before him, and he's the last character to come out, so people don't want to put as much effort because by the time Sora came out, a lot of people already cemented like who they were gonna play,
Right.
Or they want to play someone who's like lower effort would like more like they get more out of it. I feel like if Sora came out earlier, we'd have a lot more Sora representatives, but I think he's a top 20 character.
I mean, I think Sora is like top 25, I would probably say, because I still think his recovery is generally overrated. Like, it's not like it's bad or anything. It's still definitely a very, very good recovery, but I don't think people exploit it as much as they really can, because even though he basically can kind of recover from anywhere, it's still very slow, and you have a lot of time to set up how you want to edge guard Sora, which is basically what Shuton was doing because he has a lot of experience in the matchup from playing Kameme a lot, which is why I feel like Kameme, like we say it's because money's on the line, but I feel like people in Japan just have more experience against the character rather than here because nobody really plays Sora in America. But Japan has Kameme, and then they also had Zachary, who was winning tournaments at some point, so they definitely had to learn the matchup. But Sora is definitely a strong character. He has really, really long combos that Kameme is definitely starting to show us now. He did very long combos against Gluto, against Shuton 2, against pretty much everybody that he played, and got a lot of damage off of it. And he has very solid, safe kill confirms, which is something very beneficial that you need in this meta specifically. So I think he's a very strong character. I just think he definitely has some glaring weaknesses that people can't exploit more.
Yeah,
no, that's a really good point.
Yeah, I just it's weird to me because it's he's in that spot where he's like, yes, he's a DLC character, so you expect to be broken, but he's not like you don't have the outright broken stuff, right? You have to kind of work for it. You have to refine it.
I feel like he's kind of like a Fighters Pass 1 character.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Like, that's kind of where, as opposed to like the last one of Fighter Pass 2, you know, you really gotta work for it. And I think that's fine because, you know, like it's just it's having tech skill and the ability to actually put the work in. So yeah, I do feel like Sora, I would put him as a top 20 character, to be honest, is because I think the potential is there, and maybe a couple more people will play him a little bit more serious. Like, you know, there's other options that are easier. You know what I'm saying? Not sure if it's that easy though. I mean, what's
Sora's a pretty difficult character.
I was gonna say, like, it's not like Aegis though. Don't tell that to Leo.
I mean, Aegis is pretty difficult too. I don't know what you're talking about. You see them all struggling?
Can you explain why Leo lost to Zomba? Did you see that series of tweets, by the way? Did you see those tweets? That was hilarious.
Series of tweets?
So Zomba, and shouts to Zomba for being the only lone U.S. representative to make top 8 at Battle of BOBC. That was good shit, dude. So he gets absolutely destroyed by Shuton, right? Makes a tweet, how the F did Leo lose to me? Leo responds, to be honest, man, if I'm playing well, there's no way I lose. Good stuff, though. Which prompted people to respond like, yeah, bro, sure. Or just, he got a lot of smart, sarcastic responses to that because that's probably like not the best response.
I mean, the thing that was very embarrassing about that too, for Leo specifically, is that first of all, Shuton beat him, and like Shuton's obviously very good, but like you're supposed to be quote unquote the best player in the world and the greatest player of all time in the game, playing basically like the best or second best character in the game. And not only that, but you're also always hyping up how Big Boss is better than Zomba, and Big Boss is the better Rob player, and you supposedly get so much matchup experience against Big Boss. He's literally your doubles partner that you won doubles with, and then you get mollywalked like that from Zomba, who I beaten 5 times in a row, who Zomba's beaten, who's Shuton's beaten. Like I think that might have been his second time losing to Shuton. Like how are you losing that? You can't lose that and then say that on Twitter. You're asking for it.
I ain't gonna lie. I think that might be the last time you're going to Leo's house after that statement. Like,
look, a treat for our YouTube viewers. Light has his dog with him. Who's that? Fox?
Mm-hmm. My little corgi.
You mean Foxy?
No, bro. My mom played me. It is a boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We thought. My mom told me it was a girl when I was in BC. but I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a boy, and I confirmed today that it is a boy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just check.
I did.
Yeah,
I checked. That's what I did.
Okay.
You should double check.
You don't need a what? All right.
On stream.
You never know.
You never do know, man. But Leo, okay, tell me the truth. Is he washed or is he in a slump?
No,
I
he's not washed.
think he's just in a slump. I mean, isn't a slump and wash like the same thing?
No. Being washed means you're perma washed. You're gone, brother.
It's like you can't unwash yourself.
You can't unwash. You stink, nigga.
No, wash means that
Wash
you feel
your dick,
good, right?
nigga.
I mean, I feel like at
Don't
this
play
point,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't think it's character choices at this point. I feel like it's just the way he. I don't know because I don't know how exactly he prepares, but I feel like it's the way he prepares and how much effort he puts into the game, because it just doesn't like. I've heard from people that he prepared a lot for this tournament, but I don't know exactly how Leo prepares for this tournament, because I know that other people, like whenever Tweak prepares for a tournament, he like prepares really like disciplined, like very specifically, very intricately. But whenever Leo plays, I kind of just see him like he's just playing with like his friends at his house. Like he plays with like Law and Big Boss, and I don't really know if he really practices specific matchups or really studies matchups. I don't know if he really does that. It just doesn't really. I don't feel that kind of energy from a player like him to be somebody that does stuff like that. I feel like whenever he was placing very well back then, a lot of it was due to him figuring out Joker and him just understanding the game more than everybody else at the time. And now I feel like back then when Leo was placing very, very well, like before quarantine, it was kind of like he was basically playing 2023 Ultimate, and everybody back then was playing 2020, 2021 Ultimate. And now it kind of feels like the meta caught up to how Leo was playing back then, to where he's basically on the curve now, because he's not washed. He's not like getting 33rd or anything or 25th. He's still consistently getting top 16 at these tournaments that are still very, very stacked, which is a very good feat. Obviously for him, it's not as like
But first.
yeah,
That's what he wants.
like he always wants first, at the very least second now, because Sparg0 should be at the exact same level as him, but he still obviously wants to beat Sparg0. But to lose to people like he, in my mind, he basically lost to Ouch, because Ouch basically beat him. He's barely missed the down air when Leo side beat, and then Leo got the down air up smash at like 60% and stole the set.
Rage
and then right
kill,
after that,
by the way.
Rage kill.
yeah. And then right after that, he lost to Zomba, which I think it was game 4, it wasn't even game 5. And then he lost to Kameme right after that, because I feel like after that, he kind of lost a little bit of faith in Aegis. Because I'm pretty sure he went Byleth the rest of the bracket. He went Byleth on SkyJ, and then he went Byleth on Kameme, and Kameme kind of just washed it, honestly. Like, it wasn't even really that close.
So
I mean, it went game 5, but
no, it was game 5? I thought it was game 4.
5. It went game 5.
Oh, okay. I just know that game 5 wasn't close.
Right, it was not. He two-stocked him, I believe.
Yeah.
I would say it's almost self-induced, right? And what I mean by self-induced slump is like, okay, so like if you pay attention to anything, like dynasties are a thing. Remember that Shaq and Kobe run? Amazing.
Yeah.
The era of G Unit, amazing. John Cena, pretty horrible, but consistently amazing.
pretty horrible.
Leo's run, amazing. But I feel like legitimately it's not an issue of like I don't have it. It's just an issue of
I don't want it.
I'm chilling, bro. I locked in I got a multi-year deal on my sponsor. I'm chilling. I can make content anytime I know it'll pop off, and I can still show up and still be he is a tournament threat anytime he shows up. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
This man is still a tournament threat. Anyone can have like, a golden era just pop off when you've been that good for that long.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sparg0's just doing what Leo used to do. Like he just does.
It was really funny though, because like even during the interview, apparently Sparg0 said that he didn't really even prepare for this tournament. I don't know how true that is, because honestly, sometimes people just be coming to these interviews unprepared and just be saying some hot garbage. Like I've done the same things at some point.
when it comes
what does prepare mean? Like, am I supposed to believe after he won Kagaribi he hasn't been playing? Like, I don't believe that. Like, if you've been playing and I don't. What does prepare mean? What does that mean? Like studying your bracket path potentials?
I guess being ready for whoever you have to play in bracket. But even then, I definitely know that Sparg0 had to have been like trying to figure out how to beat Mutas after losing to Mutas like the last 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think he said that. He specifically wanted to make sure he was prepared for Mute.
But he was more so doing that at the bracket, not like before the bracket. Like he was pretty vocal about that during the bracket.
Well, he beat him 3-1, so
no, but when it comes to Leo, I kind of agree with what you said about people catching up to him. When it comes to character choices or just him though, I do think it is more towards his character choices. Not saying that any of his characters are bad, but 2 of the characters he's juggling between are Joker and Mithra. And I think that's a big reason why he's getting these inconsistent results. Because Byleth, I think he could play Byleth whenever he wants. But I think with the type of characters that he plays, he should learn to lock in. Because Joker is a very high demanding character. I don't think Joker is a character that you could just co-main. I think the character requires a lot of work and you need to be dedicated. And I think the same thing for Mithra too. Mithra is a bigger mentality thing though. Like I even talked to Leo about this. Leo was like expressing how like he just gets scared when he feels like he could just like he's like, oh, I'm playing Aegis, I can just die. And I relate to that very heavily because I play Fox. And that's not a feeling that you get over unless you really main the character, like solo main the character. Because like
I never got over it.
That's part of the reason you're switching, right?
Yeah.
Like the problem with that is when you play a character like Fox or like Aegis, and you're like, I could just die at any moment. And then mid-bracket, you switch to a character that's like Joker, where suddenly that's gone. Like, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And then you switch back to Aegis, and now you have to worry about that again. You probably consciously worry about that a lot more than whether you just main the character, accept that what your disadvantage is, learn what your problems are, and you just ride with it. Like, he's kind of dodging the fact that that's what Aegis is. You have to accept that sometimes you are going to die randomly. Yeah. And you die a lot less randomly when you do accept it because your recoveries become a lot more, like your routes become a lot more calm and a lot more planned out when you like just accept it. But I don't think he hasn't hit that level with Aegis yet because he's playing multiple characters and he doesn't have to do that with multiple characters.
Damn. So wait, Cosmos, you're switching off of Aegis?
Yeah, I'm playing Joker now. I'm a Joker main now. Like the main reason why I'm playing Joker now is just because, well, there's a couple of reasons or a few reasons. One is because, like Light said, Aegis is a very stressful tournament character because of what Light explained. Like you have to be very disciplined in your recoveries, and if you have any fear or doubt when you're off stage, people can smell that and they'll take it basically the entire mile and make you stressed off stage. Even if you recover, like you can recover and still be shook the rest of the match, which is it goes deeper than just like getting off stage and dying. Like whenever you're back on stage, you're still very stressed from that entire off stage situation, which I just don't want to be. I don't want to have to worry about too much. Yeah. The second is I just think Joker is a really fucking cool character, and the fact that nobody is really playing Joker, I feel like somebody at top level should play Joker, because having Joker be a part of the meta, I feel like makes the meta more fun to watch, because Joker has always been a very fun character to watch because of the impact that all of his moves have, and just the impact that just how Joker looks. He's just a very cool character, and he plays very cool. The third is that like I kind of thought about it, and after a while, I just feel like it would be nice to have a fresh slate, like just playing a new character and learning the game through a new character, and like feeling like I'm doing things how I feel are the right way, because I feel like I made a lot of mistakes when I was learning Aegis, and I could always go back and unlearn them, but it's harder to unlearn something than it is to learn something. In my opinion, at least. So that's why I feel like just making sure I focus on building good habits with Joker rather than unlearning bad habits that I might have cemented like 2 years ago with Aegis. Because when I was first playing Aegis, I was just very excited to play Aegis because first of all, there was no tournament, so I didn't know when tournaments were gonna come back. So I was just playing, doing whatever the fuck I want, which is why I feel like I gravitate more towards Mithra rather than Pyra, and why my Pyra doesn't come out whenever she usually needs to come out because I'm very dead set on playing Mithra, and that's how I've always been playing her whenever the character first came out. So to be able to zone in on a character like that and make sure I'm doing it the right way gives me more confidence in how I can play them in bracket in the future.
So will you be pure Joker this weekend at Momocon?
So I'm still, it's not like I'm gonna solo main Joker. I'm going to mainly play Joker, and I'm still gonna have Aegis as like, the way I always explain it is my Aegis will probably come out as much as Sparg0's does, because Sparg0's barely comes out, but it comes out for a specific matchups like Game & Watch or
so you're practically solo maining Joker.
Yeah, I'm basically solo maining, but if I play like Sonics, because Sonics is gonna be at Momocon, I'm gonna go Aegis against him. If I play like Maister, because Game & Watch, I'm gonna play Aegis, and I'm only gonna go Aegis for Joker's bad matches, which might be like 2 or 3, or Joker's hard matchups that might even be even, that Aegis would probably really win, like Zero Suit. Like Joker Zero Suit, Joker probably like it's either even or it slightly wins, but it's like Zero Suit's worst matchup for Aegis. So I'm gonna go Aegis in that matchup.
Well, there's hardly any Z assists out there, so
just a good example though.
Yeah.
So no, I think Joker's a really good character. I think Joker's a really good character for you because Joker is a character that doesn't really let you autopilot.
Yeah, so exactly. That was the fourth reason. I forgot to explain that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good one. But yeah, the recovery point's a really good one. I honestly think it's a big example for why I got shafted in a lot of areas this weekend, because I felt like I was very scared to recover, or very like in a rush to recover and get back to ledge like how I used to be. So I would just like find myself Larry Lure side being a lot.
Oh, and, no! Why you gotta put him up? It's also unfortunate that I knew exactly what you meant when you said that.
Yeah, so I have to get that out of my system again and just kind of accept not being a bot when I recover, not being worried. But yeah, I do think Joker's a really good choice for you.
Thank you. I was playing him a lot at Battle of BC, and I was like, I got a lot better in the 2 days that I played at Battle of BC, because I remember the first day that I played light, I was getting 3-stocked like maybe every other game. And then whenever I practiced a lot, I played with like Ramen, I played with Captain L, I played with Aaron, Black Twins, I played with Mutates. I played a lot of good players, and I just like slowly got a lot more confidence in how I should move with Joker and getting more comfortable with his movement and stuff. And I have a lot of more confidence going into the future with him. And then afterwards, I was playing light like in the hotel room, and I was feeling a lot more comfortable playing against him. And the fact that I was able to get that comfortable in just a few days, I'm very confident going into the future, because I know it's going to take a couple months, but the fact that I was able to get that much better in just a few days makes me have a lot of confidence going into the future with them.
I mean, look, the game is a journey, man. You're still gonna be playing this game for a very long time. So I think being able to reinvest in some characters and try some new ish out, I think that's nothing but like a recipe for success.
I'm just wondering when the new game is gonna come out at this point, bro.
Do you think it's gonna be deluxe, or do you think it's gonna be a new game?
I think it's gonna be a deluxe. Like, just because of the nature of the game, like how they brought back literally everything, it would be kind of unfortunate if they brought back everything just to have it be a game for only 4 years, and then them just basically throw away the game and just make a completely new game and take out a lot of that stuff again, like they did last time for Smash 4.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, this Smash is gonna enter its Mario Kart era, where they just redoing it, revamping it, recycling it, but it's essentially the same thing, just presented in a different package.
The only thing about that is that's kind of scary, is that the Mario Deluxe package, that they like what they're doing now, or what they were doing, I don't know if it's over yet, but they were bringing back a lot of the old courses from the old games, but they already brought back everything into Smash Ultimate, so it's not like they can really do something like that again, right?
I mean, we don't have Poke Floats.
All right, so we're gonna bring one stage back.
Just saying, man. There's still room to grow.
That's very Sakurai of you, bro. One stage, we're done. Leave us alone. No patches. Oh my god. No, I think
that's worth.
I think there's a possible chance that we're gonna get a new game. I mean, it's weird because Sakurai always talks about how he doesn't want to work on it anymore, but he always ends up working on it. He says that every time. Yeah, he always ends up working on it. But if he truly isn't working on it anymore, then I think we get a new game. And if we get a new game,
like not a deluxe.
yeah, I think if he doesn't work on it, we get a new game. But like, I don't know what that entails. I mean, no matter what, as long as it's Smash, we'll all be playing it.
Super Smash Brothers Universe.
Yeah, Universe featuring Naruto. I'm in there.
Lights Out podcast. That's part of the cast.
That random Titan from Attack on Titan. Like, just a bunch of random
The one that was on the wall.
the one that was chilling. Connie's mother.
Spoilers, man, spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Listen. So stick it on Battle of BC. Did you guys have any performances there that surprised you? Like, I think the biggest shock to me was like Riddles getting cooked by Siski. I didn't see that coming at all. He got that ass tapped.
I kind of saw it coming.
Really?
I kind of saw it coming just because when I was when he came to Japan, Mayasuma, the first tournament, he said that he played friendlies with Yauda and Acola, and he said that Yauda was washing both of them. Like, there was a string of games where Yauda won like 10 games in a row, and he was like, yeah, Yauda's just different. And I was like, honestly, I feel like maybe you're just not that good at the Samus matchup. So whenever he played Siski and lost to Siski, I was like, honestly, like, I feel like you could have done better, but this also makes sense because obviously he said, or he explained to me that he didn't really prepare too much for the tournament because he just got back from Japan. But I feel like there's definitely some massive inexperience there because I feel like that's a matchup that you would have to kind of have a lot of experience in, and I feel like that's a matchup that Siski probably has experience in because Tarek lives in Europe and he plays Kazuya. I don't know how much they play, but I'm just gonna assume that he has some kind of experience in that matchup. But I wasn't really expecting Riddles to do too well at this tournament, especially when I saw that he had to play Tweak and losers. I kind of expected Tweak to win.
Yeah, I'm actually glad Tweak won because, and that's not a knock against Riddles. Riddles is a buddy of mine too, but it's more so like I know, like, for a mentality thing, you know, he'll lose those first games. I'm just like, I'm watching him, just like, he's got to bounce back, and he did just that. He bounced back and won the next one. So kudos to Tweak on that one, and kudos to Siski too. Like, he had a good performance, didn't top 8, but he put Yoshidora in losers, which I thought was insane. And you know, Yoshidora having a debut and a couple close calls, man, gets sent to losers by Siski. I think Base Mage took him to game 5. Like, it was not a free ride for this Yoshi.
Who were Siski's losses
to get there?
Who were Siski's losses?
Acola.
And I'm not sure whom else.
After he lost to Acola, he lost to Shuton.
Shuton.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like to get 9th, losing to those, like, that's 2nd and 3rd place for 9th place.
So you guys were right last week. You guys said Acola's not going to get upset. There's no chance. But I just want to say that I wasn't as far off as we all thought.
He should have got upset, honestly. I'll give it up.
The buzz, no, not even just the buzz. He went game 5 with Wizzy.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the side, the quad stream.
Yeah, he went game 5 with Wizzy. He went game 4 with Grape. And you guys were like, Grape and Wizzy ain't gonna do shit. And I was like, I don't know, man.
I always see Game 5 Acola is basically like Game 4 Leo back then. I see Acola get to Game 5 so many times, and he always closes it out. Always.
Hey, he always gets diamond way quicker and always starts spamming way quicker.
Somebody needs to check that controller. Performance enhancing controllers.
Acola on game 5 forward smash roll.
So that's why, like, I don't really care too much that he went game 5 with Wizzy, even though Wizzy was definitely playing very well. Props to him for taking Acola to game 5, because even though he always wins game 5, it's a very strong feat to take Acola to game 5. Hey, Steve is a very successful character to play in bracket.
Someone saying Acola never loses game 5. I don't know about that. I mean, I might have beat him game 5, but no big deal.
No big deal.
All right, we don't care about these Wash players. Anyway,
you placed lower than me.
I should have even been there.
You placed lower than me. You suck. You're trash. The
you
bus placed higher than
forced me to go. Damn, bro.
Okay, to be fair, you peer pressured me to go, and then I forced you to go.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but the Buzz, who did he lose to in losers?
I don't know.
He lost to
Yoshidora,
right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that set wasn't close. It was like 3-0-2. I remember that.
Yeah, my only.
Wait,
go on. No, go on.
He definitely should have beat Acola because apparently I was talking to Charles about it and he said that he had the edge guard or he had a grab. It was last hit game 5. He got the grab last hit and he meant to throw him off stage, but he missed input and threw him on stage. So he just reset neutral. And Rosalina, I think, is actually one of the characters that is better at edge guarding Steve because she has a lot of lingering hitboxes, which is something you need for edge guarding. You need big hitboxes, like really big hitboxes, or lingering hitboxes, lingering multi-hit hitboxes to take him out of minecart, which Rosalina basically has both of those.
That's so sad.
Yeah, he definitely could have just checkmated him in the edge guard situation, but he checkmated himself by putting Steve back on stage with Diamond. So
yeah, my man he got hit back on stage and was like block.
Yeah.
Mine.
Uno reverse, baby.
Yeah, for real. He's like, thank you. But
there's 2 things I want to give out from this tournament. I want to give an MVP award, okay? And it doesn't necessarily go to the person who won the tournament. I'm giving it to Kameme. I thought Kameme was I thought he was insanity with having to beat Leo and Gluto to qualify. And then just having such a stellar run in losers.
Beating Mia too. That's crazy.
Like that was and I think Shuton was like thanking God because I think Mia always washes Shuton.
Yeah.
So Shuton was probably like, yes, like you know what I mean.
It's really funny.
$1,000.
It's really funny that he beat. Also, I feel bad for Maister because Maister just got double eliminated by Pyramithra, and like that match is really bad for him. But obviously. Mia beat Shuton's Pyramithra, but Mia lost to Sparg0's Pyramithra at Kagaribi. So that's definitely a hard matchup for Game & Watch. For Maister to get double eliminated. If he didn't play against Pyramithra, I don't know, he might have gotten a lot further in that bracket.
Okay.
Hold on. And I got one more award to give. The surprise of the tournament, Armadillo. I think he got 9th place with Lucario. He's who put Shuton in losers originally. So I want to give him the surprise of the tournament award because that kid was on something different at this event. I hope it's more of a trend than a blip.
Yep, that was who I was going to mention for my MVP, Armadillo getting 9th place. That is very impressive. With Lucario, no less. That character is dog water. So honestly, good shit, man. That is insane.
My MVP, I'm gonna give it to Sparg0. He won the tournament. What the heck? After coming back from Japan, like he won 3 of the bigger tournaments in a row. After like having that kind of bounce back after getting 13th at Summit, I have to give it to him because getting 13th at a tournament like that can definitely do something on your mental. And I know that he said that like in the past he's had mental problems. So like being able to bounce back from something like that after expressing that you've had mentality problems in the past is a very strong feat to me. So I'm very proud of him for that.
Good tweet.
What tweet?
When he took a picture of his placements and he said, "Reminder that a bad placement doesn't define you as a player."
Oh yeah, that was so hard. He got like the 13th at Summit and then the first at Major Upset, Kagaribi, and now Battle BC. So yeah, he is definitely on
a run.
His era of just pure dominance. So really the like as we kind of swing the pendulum, it's pretty obvious that Sparg0 is the best player in the world right now.
Yep.
Now we just kind of have to speculate, okay, well how long does this last? Does he like go on like a multi-year run like MKLeo was able to do? You know what I'm saying? Or, will somebody catch up again? Because I saw people saying like Acola is actually not good at the game, he's just good at Steve, which I just can't. I think that's a brain dead take because he was good with Luigi at one point. And 2, like
was he?
That was his original name. Yeah. 2, his DK was very impressive with 1 game, and his Aegis was pretty good too. So like I don't know, like I think he fundamentally knows how to play the game. I just think like sure Steve maybe is giving him a few like bad habits, but like it's crazy. Like you can't just if it was so easy to just pick up Steve and just win everything, I'm pretty sure we'd still be seeing Yanni and Jake, but I don't think.
That's fucked up.
No, that's not fucked up. I'm saying, no, it's not. It's not disrespect to the homies. I'm literally just saying if it was that easy, everyone who played Steve would still be doing it. That's the example I'm giving.
There are
Odin
those who are
too. Odin
carried,
got
and
like
those are those who are less
Odin in
carried.
top 8. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Those who are carried, those who are less carried.
Literally,
I don't think they were carried. I
less
just think they
carried.
played Steve and got a bad rap.
I
just
think
saying
they were
like,
carried.
it's over. Okay, well, Light says they were carried. I just think it was overhyped how good Steve boosts somebody.
You said that I said you were being fucked up. I am too. They were carried.
Fair enough.
Were that's past tense. They still are.
They still are. They're carried at home. They play Steve at home. I know it. No, but yeah. I mean, Acola's obviously really good. The Aegis definitely took me by surprise. I still think there was something wrong with that Aegis.
That's what I was saying when I was watching it. I was watching it and I was just saying there's something that does not look. It was especially because it was right before Shuton played and then also right after Shuton played. And I was just watching. I was like, something just don't look right compared to Shuton's Aegis. It just looks like a secondary Aegis. That's just basically what it looked like. And I feel like one of the reasons why he chose Aegis specifically against Sparg0 was because there's a lot of footage of Sparg0 fighting Aegis because he had me fighting Sparg0. He had Leo fighting Sparg0. He had Leo fighting Sparg0 multiple times. Even recently, he had Shuton beating Sparg0. So Sparg0 has lost to Aegis a lot of times from multiple different players. So I feel like it was a smart pick, but I feel like there's definitely some refining that needs to go on in that Aegis because something was definitely not refined.
There's one thing that you can definitely say for sure about Acola, no matter whether you think he's carried or not. That kid studies and that kid trains.
And I also commend him for his mentality because playing Steve and like going through all the things that he has to go through and still being able to be on the top after all of having to ignore all of the comments that, because obviously he's still just a kid. He's like 16 or 17 years old. So like being in the spotlight that fast and suddenly because he's just randomly started getting first so suddenly and then having to deal with everything, I commend him a lot for that. So props to him.
Yeah, for sure, man. Mentality is everything, and I think that kid's done a 10 out of 10 job of handling everything and wish him nothing but the best. But to put a bow on Battle of BC, it was an amazing event. We had a lot of fun recapping it. They had a lot of fun going to it, and looking forward to see what's next. The final point I will bring out of that event, and I pass this question to you guys. What happened?
You said we had a lot of fun going to it, and Cosmo was like, oh.
Well. Yeah. I mean, you were there, but you might as well have been me. Like, were we really there? But nonetheless, good event.
Cosmo won too.
He did.
For real.
I wanted to say, how long do you think Sparg0 maintains this dominance at the top?
You can go first, like whatever you think.
Until I'm back.
Until you're back.
Until I'm back.
Forever. He's never coming back.
I'm very proud to say that I am one of the people who is just genuinely not scared of Sparg0. He's really good at the game, but if I had to say I'm scared of anyone in this game, which I'm not really scared of anyone, it would still be Leo. But I don't know. I think Sparg0's really good. Sparg0's the best in the world, but like maybe it's just because he plays Cloud. I just don't really like. It's a losing matchup, but I don't fear Cloud as much as I fear like Steve or something like that. You know?
Okay.
So yeah, when I see Sparg0, I'm like, this is really doable. You know? But yeah, I think it's gonna last realistically.
Couple months.
Yeah.
Just realistically, I think. I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen at Crown because something in the back of my head is always telling me, is this going to be the tournament that Leo's like, all right, I've had enough? Or is it just going to keep happening? So I don't know. Maybe this tournament, because I think last tournament, Leo got second at Major Upset, losing to Sparg0. But before that, I think, was it like 9th he got at Summit or something? Or Collision. He got 9th at Collision. And then also like 9th or 7th at Summit. So like now to get 13th, I feel like his results, maybe not his play style or like his play, but his results being on a like consistent decline, just very slowly and gradually, he's going to be at some point like this just can't keep happening because obviously he doesn't really focus on content. His main thing is competition. So
his mind's definitely in a lot of places though. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I did talk to him about content as well though. And like he definitely expressed pretty openly. He's like, I want to do content more because like I like doing content more lately because I like staying home too, which is kind of like, I'm sure we've all been there, and it's kind of like,
are we gonna get the MKLeo going the 0 route? soon? Is that coming up?
No, that's really different because Zero definitely pussied out. Zero definitely left because he knew he was about to get through. Come on, let's be honest. Leo was on the come up. Leo was on the come up, and he definitely just didn't want to get dethroned. Whereas I think Leo is kind of like just in a mental space right now where he's just trying to figure out what he wants out of life. Where I think the more he loses, the more he might go towards doing competitions again. But I think he's just trying to decide whether he wants to like settle down and do content or like compete, you know. Definitely not the Zero route. Zero knew he was about to go.
Zero, he saw the writing on the wall with Bayonetta. I'll say that, and the writing might even still be on the wall with a lot of these DLC characters and just people picking up their performances a lot. But I think Leo just has too much of that dog in him to really like go quietly into the night. So I think at some point we'll see a resurgence. But for now, man, it's all about Sparg0, and kudos to him. Best player in the world, finally realized, undoubtedly. No more, it was a fluke, this, that, the other.
I will give it till SmashCon. I think SmashCon is when the meta's going to start shaking up again. We're going to see more people in contention for number one.
All right. Well,
every time someone comes as a new best, that is every time someone gets, like, everybody in the community gets, like, that spark in them where they're like, I got to improve. Especially when big tournaments like Battle BC happen, you know, there's just another...
Kagaribi.
Yep, there's just another... like talk like I gotta improve. Like me and Tweak made very similar tweets. Like after Kagaribi and after attending Battle BC, you're like, damn, I gotta get back into it because you love seeing the competition, but you hate not being a part of it. A lot of people are going to get sparks from Sparg0 being the best, and if someone replaces Sparg0, the cycle will repeat. And that's why Smash is such a beautiful community, because even though we get no support, we are just very competitive.
Ourselves, baby.
Yep, very competitive.
Supporting us, baby.
That's true. Metafy supporting us, yes, baby. Very competitive.
Speaking
very
of
supportive of
Metafy,
each other.
I'm spamming the link in the chat. If you're here watching live, you can see more exclusive Lights Out content right there. Get a membership, tap in. We're recording a live episode for Metafy at Momocon. It's going to be lit. So make sure you got a membership so you can watch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But speaking of Momocon and this weekend, there are two big events. You got Momocon going on and then Gateway Legends. Sucks that they're on the same date, but it is what it is. I think Gateway has like a slightly bigger prize pool, but I think the talent is harder at Momocon. So I guess it's kind of like Pride versus Pot for some people. Where will you guys be competing this weekend?
Pretty big events. There's also Combo Breaker.
Oh yeah, true. Combo Breaker. I forgot about Combo Breaker. So
I mean, Momocon still has like a pretty big pot because it's like $5,000 pot bonus, and I'm pretty sure you still have to pay to enter the tournament. So it's still going to be like, and it's a convention tournament, so there's going to be a lot of just random motherfuckers that are just there at the anime con that are just like, oh, what the heck, Smash Brothers? There's tournaments for this, and $10, $15 only. Let me enter, and then there's going to enter. It's going to enter.
Really
so
sound like that,
there are going to be there's going to be a lot of pot fillers. That's what you call those.
Gyms, you pot filling gym. There's also going to be a lot of. There's also probably going to be the most competition at Momocon, so it's the best one to go to if you ask me.
Yeah, no Sonics will be there after unfortunately not being able to attend Battle BC.
We'll be there.
Awesome. Yep, you guys will be there. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. For sure. Oh, and I think Cody won Melee at Battle BC, so somebody won the Melee results. So
congratulations.
That happened.
If I don't want it.
Tell them, baby. But I think that'll wrap it up for episode 10 of Lights Out. It was a good one. A great time to kind of recap and break down all the action. And I personally had a great time. And I'm very excited to see these two bozos in person in a couple of days, man, at MomoCon. I think it's going to be lit 100%. So hope everybody's ready for that. We're going to get some good content out of that event.
Yes, sir.
Well, you already know. Put your hands up. It's time. See who's closing out the show today on Shoot.
Will it be my first time?
Are we doing rock, paper, scissors, or odd man out?
Odd man out.
Odd man out. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're odd man out, E.
I'm odd man. I tell you guys what I'm going to pick all the time.
I didn't do it last week. I can't trust you anymore. I hate you.
It's called a mind game.
Are you always picking rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rock goes through everything. Just like I'm going to go through this outro by telling you guys to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube portion of this. On Spotify, I actually have no freaking clue. I don't upload that myself. So whatever there is to do on Spotify. Thank you for doing that. And of course on Twitch, feel free to follow the channel for more content. You can subscribe if you want to support as well. And there will be links to the Metafy. Again, like I said, Metafy helps power these episodes, so check them out. We got a lot of good content. We got eight episodes officially exclusively on Metafy. Combined with the 10 that we've done live so far, we're about 18 episodes deep into this thing. I can't believe it.
Baby.
Consistency.
Quit.
Huh? Don't do that.
Proud of it.
They keep dragging me back.
It's true. I can't get off of Light's
Light keeps trying to get out.
Presence.
My presence is big.
All right. Before we let Light start glazing himself too much, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you for episode 11 next week. Peace.
What's something EEvisu does? Whoa, bye.
Yeah, we are not doing that. I'll tell you. Go get the fuck out. How about that?